lesson objective. Students will solve problems involving percents, including percent increase, percent decrease, and percent of change. Your demonstration learning will be 3-star-like problems where students will solve problems involving percents, including percent increase, decrease, and percent of change with 100% accuracy, 3 out of 3 correct, to prepare for the STAR test. And your DOL will be 10 minutes long. It's 3 problems. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I do percent decrease. So I'm going to demonstrate for you exactly how to do it using a real world problem, and then I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to practice doing them on your own. What's probably most important is that you can set up the proportion. That's really what the difference is between all these proportions, is that you know exactly what to do to set it up. And so today, percent decrease is just a little different from the other percents that you had in the warm-up. And so I'm going to show you exactly how percent decrease is a little bit different, but it's also a little bit of the same. So let's go ahead and get started. As you see here, we have the amount of change on top. The amount of change, how do we get change? By subtracting, right? So that's how we're going to get the amount of change here, by doing the same thing. We're going to subtract. We also have here the original amount. What does original amount mean? What did I start with? What did I have in the beginning? And then, of course, we have the percent. Why does it have an X there? Because it's unknown. And for some people who might not know necessarily what that X is, it just means the question mark. It's the unknown part. Okay, it's what we're trying to solve. And why did I put 100 at the bottom of that? Because that's the whole, right? That's the part of 100. That's the whole percent is 100. 100% of the original amount. Now, here's the problem. Mr. Traylor started the day with 25 pencils and ended the day with 10 pencils. What was Mr. Traylor's percent decrease? What should I box in this problem? What's important to understand? Decrease. Percent decrease. That percent decrease lets me know that I'm going to have to do something in the beginning that's a little different. What is it? Subtract. You guys said it earlier. So what 2 numbers will I subtract first?
25 minus 10.
25 minus 10. And that's going to give me what?
15.
15. Where do I put that 15? At the top. Then, what number will I put at the bottom?
25.
Why 25?
25
has a total.
Hold on, Abby, why did I put 25?
Because that's how many he has a total.
Nope, that's not it.
The first number that comes.
Because that's what I started with. Because I started with 25. Remember, percent decrease means that I start high and I go where? Go low. Percent increase will then mean that I do what? That I start where? Percent increase means I start where? Start low and then I go high. Okay, so percent decrease means that I'm starting high and going low. So the first number was 25. So what am I going to put over here by the percent? Question mark or an X, right? The unknown. And what goes underneath? 100. So now, what's the last thing I need to do to solve this?
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply and divide. So 15 times 100 is
1,500.
1,500 or 1,500. I heard both. And divided by
25.
25. So if I don't know how to divide by 25, what can I do? What can I do if I don't know how to divide by 25? I can add 25s. What else can I do?
Subtract.
Can't subtract. I mean, you kind of can. You can take 150 and start subtracting 25 if you like. You can do that, but I've never heard of that. But you can do that. Huh?
Don't you create the chart? His class.
Say it again.
Don't you create that chart?
You can create a chart. You can create the tic-tac-toe chart where you basically count quarters, right? So I start with 25 cents, then I go to what?
50.
Another quarter is 50 cents. Another quarter is 75, 100, 125, and 150. So how many 25s is that? 6. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 6 here, and that gives me 150. Subtract, I get 0. So what do I do with that remaining 0?
Just put 0.
Well, if I bring it down,
Just add a 0. So
then I'm going to
25
bring it up.
to 0 is 5.
Hold on, one person at a time. Nancy, what'd you say? I heard you say 60, but tell me what you did. What did you do with the 0? You brought the 0 up. And so that's it. And so here is a little bit of what's different about this problem. you can't just say that the answer is 60%. That is the answer, but that's not the full answer. You must then say that it is 60% decrease. Okay? There was a 60% decrease. Not that it was 60%, but that it was a 60% decrease. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so real quick, you're going to do a quick we do, and then you're going to get some time to practice doing this on your own, and I'm going to walk around and make sure you're doing it. Okay? So, what is the first thing I need to do on this problem?
Subtract.
Subtract. So, what's the first number that goes on top?
50.
30. Very good. I heard 30. Can anyone tell us why we use 30?
Subtract the 50 minutes.
Very good. We subtract the two numbers. 50 minus 20 gives me 30. That's how you find the top number of a percent decrease. And so what number goes on bottom? 50. Very good. And what do I put on the other side? Oh, hold on. I heard a Y. I heard a Y. Why do we put 50 here?
It's the first one.
Say it again, Gabriella.
The first one.
Because it's the first one, or it was the one that we started with. Did you hear that, Emily?
Yes.
It's what we started with. So that's why it's the bottom number. All right. Now, what goes over here?
100.
100. Top or bottom?
Bottom.
Bottom.
And what goes on top?
X.
X.
And then
So,
you cross multiply.
cross multiply and divide. All right, so I'm going to give you basically 5 minutes. What I would do right now is I would go ahead and set up each one of these first, and then I'll do my cross multiplies and divides second at the end, okay? That way, at least you'll know how to set them up. Go ahead and start on that now, then I'll walk around to facilitate. No, just tell me what you need to do.
12 here, then X here, and then
You don't need me, you good. You got it, keep working.
Yeah, I got it too.
Okay, so you're solving. Keep going. Excellent. You're doing right. You're doing perfect. Keep it up. No, you didn't got ahead. But this is the same type of problem we're doing. Set this one up for me, so I at least know you know how to set it up. So what numbers go where? Not that one. I know you can do that one. I got that on the board. Do this one on your own. Just set it up for me. I know you can cross multiply and divide. I'm not concerned with that. I just want to know that you know what to set up. Where to put the number. Okay. What else? All right. Good. All right. Keep working.
Mister, can I go to the nurse?
That's perfect. Very good.
Why didn't you go to the nurse after bad night?
what cup?
And then you put
Yeah. Hey, I'm proud. I see a lot of pencils up, so that makes me feel happy. Keep that up.
Boy.
Yes. That's right. And this setup is perfect. So go ahead and set these up. That way you'll know exactly what to cross multiply and divide, and you'll just be ready to go. Yes, that's perfect. Very good. Yes. Do this one for me real quick, so I know that you know how to do it.
because he has a picture right here and then
Just set it up.
no, this the number is he has 30. Subtract that.
How many minutes?
8.
Got 8. Go ahead and turn it